We're looking at ticker symbol ON here on the weekly chart. You can see that we are just pulled back below this $35 area, which is going to be a huge support for us. Obviously, it broke below that, below that, closed at 33.70, down around buck 86 from yesterday's trading session. So going forward, what is going to be our next support? Well, we had to go to 5 years back here on the weekly chart just to see what would be our next closest support. And it's really down here at this $27 level. The $30 area might be a good place to have some footing in here for us, just because the RSI is so oversold here on the weekly, and it's a nice psychological level as well. So we're going to watch that $30 mark. Maybe we can get a little pump up in back into those 35s, but if not, really the 27 is where you're going to be. And that's, we have to go all the way back to October of 21 just to see that would be a support for us, because really there's nothing in between here and 35 besides just 30 being a psychological level. Now, obviously, your RSI is super oversold in here on some decent volume ever since we had the pullback here at the beginning of the year. So ever since that big red candle that we placed the first week of the year in here in January, just really a pullback, broke down below the 200 SMA, broke down below this lower trend line here. Just been fighting this 9-day EMA and could never breach it at all ever since that big pullback. So that is going to be something that we have to fight once we worry about getting back up into the 40s. But until then, 35, nothing really until we get up to the 42 psychological level at 40, maybe, but really it's going to be 42. And then above that, then we have to worry about this 9-day EMA and see what is happening there. We can open up the daily. It's going to tell us basically the same thing because your RSI is oversold. You get some good volume in here on the past two trading sessions. And you can see we're down around a buck 86 from yesterday. And then the previous trading session down around $4 from its highs. So just a whole lot of nothing in here, just volatility just creeping in, obviously, and then just the red days are getting redder, and that just means volatility is getting more and more juiced, volumes coming in, and all our technicals are being shown as oversold now. So I guess you can look on the bright side and say, hey, well, it can't get any worse from here, right? So that is the one good kind of glimmer of hope that we have going into next week, but still, it's going to be a long, hard fought battle. I don't think we're going to get a nice rip anytime soon. As far as just like a huge 10-point swing in this stock particularly, but we might get little pops here and there of about $3 or $4, especially with the volatility juiced up as it is. But again, what are we looking at? That $35 area. And then we're looking at the $30 area for support. Below that, it is going to be the 27. That is what we're kind of looking at as our price targets on ticker symbol ON. IV is 143 in here. That's your rank. We have right around a $4 expected move by next Friday, $4 expected move by April expiration. If you go all the way out to May, right around a $7 expected move is what everybody is pricing in, just because the premiums are so high in here. So we'll see what happens in the upcoming week. But again, just two big red days in here, two big just kind of volatility kicking in. You got some volume. So good news is we got some stuff to play with next week. But again, don't think we're going to get a rip in here that's going to be just melting our faces off anytime soon, but maybe a couple dollar pop here and there that we can play with. And especially if we get above 35, then we can look to play this to the upside, to that 40 or that $42 range. All right, guys, if you like this video, make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We also have a Discord service if you're interested, and you can find all of our socials in the description below.